Okay. Testing, testing, testing. Looks like it's working. All right. So we are going to go through that. Uh, it's gonna be short and sweet, hopefully. So let's start, guys, with our token. All right. YDSR, YieldSeeker token. Yesterday, that's very important, as I mentioned. Um, and I told you I'm going to confirm within the Telegram group. So I strongly encourage you to join the Telegram group. I use the Token Creator rewards, 70% of that, to buy the token, and it was done here, as you can see. So uh, I don't care about the dumpers. I really, really love the loyal community, and of course, I really, really love the pumpers. We are going to develop anyway, right? The first thing, the most important thing is that we have to reach this bonding curve, right? If we are going to reach the boarding curve, we are almost at home. So again, 70% of any kind of the rewards is going to be used to support the token. It could be either the buyback the token, it could be using the Hit the Yield website. Um you can see the details on the bottom right corner. So you can visit the website. There will be a separate stream we are going to talk about. The Hit the Yield is the white label solution from AJ and Jake. So EMP Money and DeFi, uh, DexFi, I'm sorry, DexFi. If you are seeing similarity there. So that's because it's a legal, legit, white label solution. Anyway, as of now, not a big volume today. As I told you inside the Telegram group, I'm going to support loyal token holders, those who are very, very active. There might be some rewards. I gave you the examples inside the Telegram group. So if you are not aware of that, I strongly encourage you to join our Telegram group. But first, we have to reach the bonding curve. Then I'm going, whatever we are buying back, it's going to be used within the liquidity providing, and we are going to use the commission uh, to support the token further. So that's how the things looks like with our token, all right? That's the point number one. Let's make some small market updates. As you can see, is a red day when it comes to the stock market. Dow Jones, based on the CNBC closing price, we are down almost zero point 0.4, S&P 500 almost zero point 0.3, and Nasdaq is down a little bit more than zero point 0.3. So it's a red day. Yesterday during the stream, I also told you that I would be very careful with the crypto. So we hit some lower levels during the Asian session, and we are flat over the course of the European and US session. We are going to check the charts in a second. Okay, what is going on? What we are waiting for? There are plenty of FMOC members talking through the Thursday and Friday. We do have a Swiss National Bank interest rate decision. We do have the final GDP quarter to quarter when it comes to the US. We do have durable good orders, quite important. And Friday, why I'm talking about the Friday, because our next stream is going to be around the Friday or Saturday. We do have, unless we have some nice price action, on Friday, we have very important data out of the US, core PCE price index. We do have personal income and personal spending. So very interesting next 2 days, and they might eventually, those 2 days, they might give us a little bit of the direction for the beginning of the next week. All right, I told you it's gonna be short and sweet, so let's have a look what we have when it comes to the market. All right, 1 second, let's have a look what we have here. I didn't mute my phone, I'm sorry for that. I'm going to do that right now. Just 1 second, guys. Thank you for your patience. All right. Anyway, let's have a look what we have here, and then we are going to make some small edu charts, educational charts, as I told you. All right. Let's start with Solana. What we have here is very interesting. That's the 4-hour chart, so a little bit longer perspective. In that case, we made the higher high, but unfortunately, we were not able to hold the latest level from where we reached that high, all right? And we broke through. So as of now, we are testing the levels we were discussing yesterday, and here somewhere around 200 and 210, that's where we do have some kind of the possible demand zone, and I like it. I'm going to hold it for now, but bulls might be in trouble if we are going to break through to the downside through 200 level, because then we might see some levels we haven't seen after the upside break. And what I'm talking about is this demand zone over here. And in that case, we are talking about the levels close to 180 to 175. That could be the case for the Solana. So hopefully we are going to find the buyers over there, right? I'm going to clean the chart here a little bit at least, all right? Okay. Uh, we have to hold from the buyer's perspective 200 because that's the psychological level, and I'm not gonna be surprised if we are going to hold it. We need some additional positive developments, especially when it comes to the stock market, for example, right? Or any positive comments when it comes to the total financial markets. Good data, not showing or not indicating that we are going towards the recession. All right, I'm going to put the Bitcoin chart here. What we have, again, very similar situation here. Uh, we are trying to hold 110. That what been discussed yesterday. So we made the low during the Asian hours. Europe and US, we've seen some kind of the attempt to recover. The thing is that taking into the consideration what we have here uh, is this level. Let me make the proper drawing, is the level of the breakdown. All right, so this one, it's related to here 115. I've shown this zone yesterday during the stream, 115 again. So that's the key. It could be the case that the current attempt to go higher is not, it's nothing else than the dead cat bounce, and we are going to try to move lower. How low can we go? I've mentioned yesterday that 110 is the first possible target, and then we might take out the stops around 107, trying to reach 100 psychological level. That's how I see the things related to the Bitcoin. Uh, it's very important to remember about some levels. Now, again, it has to be short and sweet. So now we are going to make some additional stuff. Uh, well, I'm 25 years plus inside the industry. I'm former employee of the small investment bank. Um, I've been trading a lot when it comes to the FX market, when it comes to the some futures related to the stock market. Uh, but when I discovered crypto, that was the beginning for myself to try to change the approach. Some of you know I'm 50 plus years old, so trading not necessarily is for me anymore. And um, when I've seen the V3 liquidity providing options, I knew it. That's gonna something for me. So I'm trying to use all those supply demand stuff, all those TA, all those special tricks to develop the ranges to provide when I'm providing the liquidity and trying to get as much as I can out of it in the form of the fees, right? So what we are going to have today, I'm going to show you because, well, we might spend 4 hours, but after 4 hours, you are going to remember just maybe 10 or 20%, right? So I do prefer to make it sweet, to make it short, and to prepare you guys to learn something, because that's the addition into our token as well. At some point, we might have some, I don't know, maybe some kind of the private lessons, but as long as you are having some number of our token, some session one to one. All right. So most of you probably seen many of different recordings, videos um, in relation to the supply and demand on the market, how you can try to use it on the on to take the advantage of the market movement for yourself. So what we are going to discuss today is the supply, all right, this type of deformation, or demand, this type of deformation, all right? And I'm going to tell you about four different things. What is going on and how to behave if we are retesting this, or how we should behave if we are breaking through to the upside. What to look for, what kind of the pullback, all right? So that's what we are going to go through on the charts today. It's gonna be brief. I don't wanna hold you too long. So be focused. Let's make the clean stuff. Removing some drawings. All right. So, guys, I told you, and I'm going to present on this 4-hour Bitcoin chart, uh, supply and demand. All right. It's not holy grail. It's not gonna work out 100% of the time, but I'm going to show you how you should behave if we are breaking some levels, if we are breaking some major rules. All right, that's the key point here. So, for example, let's have look what we have here. From here, based on this 4-hour chart only, what we see here, Bitcoin made higher high. We were so in the first action, okay, in the first action, what you were looking for the pullback into a zone from where we made the move to the upside, all right? But in that case, as you can see, we broke through. So if you are a trader, you were stop out. If you are the liquidity provider in a short term, you were out of the range most probably. But what is important, how to behave, how to behave after such a thing happened, all right? So in that case, as you can see, we made the return to that previous demand, currently supply zone. Why does it work? Yes, because all those guys who were, well, let me clean it, all those buyers here, okay, all those buyers here, once we broke through, if they were trading without the stops, they are using the pullback into the previous demand, now supply, to try to exit with the break even. In addition to that, all those big guys who are moving the market, they know the drill, right? So in that case, we have uh, double of the supply. So you don't want to be long after such a move. You don't want to be long, or you don't want to provide the liquidity within that range. What do you want to do? You want to make the measure of the original move, all right? What we have here because of the move, and you want to make same to the downside, similar range. You want to make another measure to the downside, all right? Similar move. So if you are a trader, you know what's the drill because you are trying to sell each and every supply level you are gonna be able to find on the chart. So this type of the pullback here was your first, right? Then we made a little bit of the lower low. So pull back into that supply you're using to be able to sell. Then once we broke through, another pullback you are using to sell. If you missed that one, okay, you were able to do that again, but first you were able to continue to the downside, all right? I know it sounds very easy, but 90% of the traders, 90% of the liquidity providers, there are people who are impatient, right? Um, you wanna earn here and now, uh, but that's how it doesn't work that way, all right? So now what we have here, the last move to the downside, all right, over here, pullback, or that can bounce, and finally we go through that one, all right? So how we are behaving if we are going through the supply level, we are going the latest developments, all right? So we are going to use why we've seen bounce over here. That's the That's the first thing first. Why we've seen this type of a bounce over here? Because of the level that previously been used as a supply, right? Boom, boom, and to the downside. So once we broke through that level, we haven't seen retest of that level. Gotcha, boom, kakalak, and trying to bounce. Is it going to hold? I have no idea. I would be able to tell you if I have unlimited amount of the money and I know that I'm gonna to hold that level. Then I would scream that I'm going to buy here, so everyone buy here because I'm not gonna let the price to go even lower because I do have unlimited amount of the money and I'm going to hold the level by myself. Otherwise, in our case, if we are smaller or a little bit bigger traders, we have to behave based on what we see on the chart. So that's why I told you a second ago that based on yesterday stream, what we have right now, the current bounce, it might be only the thing to retest the supply and trying to move to the downside. Of course, you can take into the consideration the volume, you can take into the consideration the option expiration, that might be very important, and many other factors. That's something we are going to discuss in the future. All right. So that's the thing. That's very important. So again, as of now, what should be your takeaway when it comes to today's stream? What you are going to uh, take? Uh, this type of deformation or this type of deformation on the chart and what is going on once we are approaching the supply right? How the market is behaving around this level, or when we are approaching the demand zone, how the market is behaving here, right? So I just shown you that in that case, you are trying to go short, or if you are a liquidity provider, you are building the range based on current developments. And I've shown you how to behave in case of, uh, of the breakout in that case, or in that case of the breakdown, all right? So two simple formations, four ways how to behave as a trader, how to behave as a liquidity provider. So hopefully that's gonna be very useful for you, and hopefully we can go through more details. I have a plan to share with you some tricks uh, and stuff like this. It sounds easy, but of course it's not. So I would rather prefer, because we are already like 25 minutes, I would rather stop mm, the stream here. I would rather focus on our turn right now, okay? What we can do, how we can reach the bonding curve, because, well, we are community. So if I'm going to use the 70% of the revenue we are having, uh, it might not be enough to reach the bonding curve. So I strongly encourage you to be engaged a little bit more. And well, I truly believe that once we are going to reach the bonding curve, um, there is a possibility that we are going to go further, uh, reaching the targets we are going to have. So please join the Telegram group. Probably tomorrow we are not going to have a stream. I'm going to try to be as much as possible active inside the Telegram group. Maybe I'm going to put some charts. The next stream, probably it's going to be around Friday or Saturday. It depends on the price action. So it was my pleasure to be with you guys. Wish you all the best. Stay tuned. See you around. Take care and goodbye.